Good evening, Pentagram. Shouting out to everybody out there on YouTube. It is a pleasure to be here. This is Alastor, the radio team. Doing an unlocked bonus show that we had unlocked for Christmas last Wednesday during our Christmas Eve 8-hour-long Super YouTube special. They're finally cashing in on a couple of these because, quite frankly, they've been acting up right with racking them up, you know. But we are here now, and we are here to. I'm cutting out bad mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. I think I know the problem. One moment. Up. There we go. Is that better? Thanks for letting us know. Let's is that better? Mic check 1 2. 3 4 5 6 7 8. We try this again? Much better. Okay, I see. All right. Now, from the tippity top, I swear, if there isn't one blooper at the beginning of the fucking show, I wouldn't know. From the top. Good evening, Pentagram City. This is Alastor, the radio demon, broadcasting to you from the world of YouTube. Blessed indeed are the cheesemakers, indeed. And hail to the great press world. Hi, Alastor, I'm a big fan. Thank you for tuning in to Radio 616 AM modulation. I am now here, and I am actually sounding a little bit better. I do apologize for that. Sometimes, you see, the trick is, here's a little fact for those of you that don't know. But there are approximately 5 radio towers in the Pentagram. That's all that's left. And that's probably mostly due to the marketing campaigns of a particular tech company, which we will not discuss at the current time, as they're going through their own financial strains. So every now and then we do have to switch radio towers to be able to broadcast clearly. So we do apologize if there is some audio issues that happen from time to time, but as you're probably very well, AM frequency is not the most stable frequency. No, not the most stable. But here we are. And yes, hello. For those of you that don't know, this channel here, sitting at about 1,100 some odd subscribers. So first and foremost, congratulations on making it that far. Secondly, this individual came into my broadcast last night during my Radio 616 broadcast on VR Chat, and he came in with Charlie, and Charlie had for lack of a better word on, she had like a spaghetti string top on. And I thought to myself, isn't it like December? Aren't you freezing to death? And so we have a few ideas that we plan on doing with that particular skit in the near future. In the interim, in the meantime, let us go ahead and welcome a motley assembly of post-apocalyptic survivors to the program. Live broadcasting to you from the Pentagram. This is Radio 616 AM modulation. Joining us today are a motley assembly of wayward sinners that are here to listen to some of the classical music of the era performed by yours truly, a few creepypastas, and have some general tomfoolery. Of the individuals that are joining us tonight, of course, we have the amazing Spidey Tube channel. It's a pleasure to meet you and hopefully entertain you once again. Hail to the great FKHC 2005. It's a pleasure to see you as well. Me and my monkey, it is a pleasure to see you. Welcome. Pull up a seat. Cozy up to the radio. Hail to the great Caleb Levine. It is a pleasure to see you, my good fellow. AJ Starhiker. A pleasure, as always, my dear. We have David Jones, a.k.a. Kimberly Ann Hart, because, of course, YouTube has decided to attempt to become Twitch and use ads rather than usernames. Hail to the great Slay Every Game fellow VTuber. And quite a damn good musician as well. Hail to the great Fox Hills, moderator extraordinaire. He'll make sure that the chat is safe and secure for all of you that are enjoying the program tonight. Hail to the great Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Don't get your sports news anywhere else besides Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. And now back to Vincent with the weather. Hail to the great Sirius Pack. Dan Funk, we hope to see you tonight for the Alf Show. This is the first of 2 character shows. The Top Hat Gentleman. Alastor's Queen, Emma, it's a pleasure to see you. We know you by your actual name. Hail to the great Ravo. Sigmund is an archpriest of the Church of the Squid, interred in the castle in the hole at the bottom of the sea. Say that 3 times fast. It's a pleasure to see you. And of course, yes, indeed, hail to Plush World. It is a pleasure. Welcome to tonight's program. It is indeed time to have ourselves a little bit of fun. And yes, happy Sinsmiths. Happy belated Sinsmiths to you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we like to call a mouthful. Now, before we go any further, we must go ahead and tend to a little bit of business. As of this notice stop, we are 2 subscribers away from 3040. I hope that we can obtain those tonight. Secondly, we have a few member chats and super chats that have crept in. Well, 2 member chats proviso as well as a mega chat directly to the PayPal. We are a little short this month to maintain our faculties to be your full-time entertainer, but there is no pressure edgewise. FKHC 2005, who has been a member at the Shield Agent level 4, 9 months, says, "Is this the donkey show?" Well, is that bringing the ass before the cart? Oh, there will be dad jokes. Beware yourselves. Warrevo, casual, a.k.a. Jeff Daniels, the buckethead formerly known, says, "I have my nose to the grindstone tonight, Will Lurk. Isn't that odd? You would never put your nose to the grindstone. You'll end up looking like a ghoul." Well, Fallout fans are probably wanting that look anyway. Hail to the great Dan Funk, who has gifted us a $5 super chat. Hail, and thank you, sir. We appreciate your support tonight. He says, thank you for the assistance against the horse thing. And that's another thing, too. My radio might be sitting next to Alf tonight, just in case certain things flare up later on this evening. During the season finale of Cotton Council, I understand that Alf attempted to tune into my station, but it is very difficult to breach the liminal space between the realm of the living and the dead, especially the dead being also the damned. So we do apologize that we weren't able to get my message to you directly during that show, but my thoughts were with you, and I appreciate you on making a motley deal with me. We'll be looking forward to working for the eternity together. Now let's see here. Of course, now we have Sig Vollison with a very generous mega chat directly to the PayPal. Hail and thank you, sir. He says, Liberty Pride promotes the American way and wants to remind us of a couple of things. Let's go ahead and get that big old robot up and running here. It's a big old thing. And yes, we do have access to it. Liberty Prime in the, well, I would say the flesh, but that would be a lie. He simply is going to say a few lines here for your entertainment. One moment while we find them. So many things to click.
Democracy is non-negotiable.
And of course, another classic one here.
Death is a preferable alternative to communism.
Thank you very much, Liberty Prime, for your continued vigilance for truth, justice, and the American way by means of nothing less than lethal force. Thank you all again for tuning in. Of course, of course. I am your trained monkey, after all. Hello, Glitch. It is a pleasure to meet you, my dear. Hopefully the top of the evening is treating you well. Hail to the great Shrubby 1989. It is a pleasure to see you. Give the old rear bumper a good squeeze. Oh, dear heavens. There you are. There you are. All right, then. Now that I believe that we have all of the business set aside, I suppose it's time for us to go ahead and open with a musical number, shall we? Hey, hobo-man! Hey, dapper-dan! You both got your style, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes may be brummely, they stand out a mile, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Who cares what they're wearing on the main street or Savile Row? It's what you wear from ear to ear, and not from head to toe that matters. So, Senator, so, Janitor, so long for a while, you know you're never fully dressed without a smile. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love, and with your admission that you feel the same, I will have the goal I'm dreaming of, believe me. I don't want to set the world on fire. just want to start a flame in your heart. Lovely. Good to see you as well, Penny. Hopefully life is treating you well, my dear. Thank you very much. Feel free to subscribe if you have yet to already. Not to play the devil's advocate. Not to play the devil. But I'm pretty sure you were the first one to set the world on fire. Well, quite frankly, if you talk about down here, yes, absolutely. And speaking of which, we should probably go ahead and get to some of the news, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right to it, shall we? Vox Tech stocks have reached 99 cents a share after the plummeted crash that happened after his big hissy fit at the end of his so-called master plan. Vox is not around to comment, but I am sure to understand that he's more than likely got his head left in the game, ladies and gentlemen. As Valentino takes over Vox Tech, he is trying to turn it into a pornographic studio for people's perusal. Unfortunately, since it is a tech company, and obviously with the reputation that Vox Tech has had in the recent weeks, actually a little over a month as it were, we can understand that the stock prices are still no better than glorified tissue paper. We would reach out for our good friend Vox to make a comment on the plummeting of the company's sales. Unfortunately, once again, he is nowhere to be seen, and I feel free that he might have his head proverbially separated from the business world forthwith. A little bit later, we'll be talking about Carmine stock in the interim. Curiouser, said Alice, as she plummeted down the rabbit hole. You know what time I think it is for? Tell you what time it is for. I have here a little tome. It's not as big, and it's not, covered in human skin and inked with Spirit Halloween's fake blood, as it were. But it's full of lots and lots of goodies. Let's go ahead and give a crack at it, shall we? There's a common misconception that dad jokes are meant to make people laugh. This is not true. The emotion they are meant to elicit is rage, inflicting punitive damage, as it were. Oh, yes, you saw it. Now, calm down. I haven't even opened the book yet. Well, I suppose we should. Let's go ahead and get to this one, shall we? I think a few pieces of Jiffy Pop would help settle the mood. Sorry, what is the quickest way to get to the hospital? It's easy. Just stand in the middle of a road. What's the difference between jelly and jam? You can't jelly a cloud into the tiny cup. By all means, I can see the tomatoes. They're getting ready to be lobbed in my general direction. It's unfortunate, but it's true. What did the woman with no hands get for Christmas? I still have no idea. She hasn't opened her present yet. Oh, dear heavens me. You don't need a parachute to go skydiving. You need a parachute to go skydiving twice. Look at everybody just leaving the theater. Damn shame. It's important to establish a good vocabulary. If I had known the difference between the words antidote and anecdote, well, one of my best friends would still be alive. Dear. This is why you don't mix vodka and Taco Bell, ladies and gentlemen. Hail to Mark Malenko, 8129. Oh, there they are. Tomato juice. For when vampires need to be on a budget. Now, calm yourselves, calm yourselves. We're far from dumb. You know, why are friends a lot like snow? Well, if you pee on them, they disappear. What do you call a dog with no legs? Doesn't matter what you call him, he's not coming to you anyway. An apple a day keeps the doctor away! Or at least it does if you throw it hard enough. Oh, we got one for the crowd. Prophetic Apathetic says, someone broke in last night and stole all my antidepressants. I hope they're happy with them now. Well executed. Love it. Why is it that if you donate a kidney, people love you? But if you donate 5 kidneys, they just call the police. I know a fish that can break dance. Only for 20 seconds, though. And only once. That's the last time I take my dad out to go fishing. Why don't skeletons ever go trick-or-treating? Oh my lord, it's not even Halloween anymore, but here we are. Because they have no body to go with. I do hate repeats, don't you? You know, I used to be addicted to the hokey pokey. Fortunately, I turned myself around. Another one from Prophetic Apathetic. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. My husband left a note on the fridge that said, "This isn't working." I'm not sure what he's talking about. I opened the fridge door and it's working. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's about all we have time for. Can you at least double flush? Thank you. Absolutely horrid. I find that offensive, sir. You and apparently that guy there. Well, that's going to conclude our first dad joke segment. I know I said first. And we have one more that's creeping in from a good friend, Prophetic Apathetic. I guess we can, sneak one in. I was reading a book on anti-gravity. I found it very hard to put down. Well done, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, much like I do my broadcasts down there in VR chat, we do have commercial breaks. But again, for those of you who are new here from VR, you'll find that this is the parent show. Now, unlike the show down there in VR chat where I can play a lot of records as well as perform covers and not have to worry about getting copyright dinged, fortunately my songs do have to be sung a cappella here, and we have a few other variety show-based entertainments lined up for you. So it is a bit of a different show, but I hope that you all are enjoying yourselves anyway. We'll be right back after a few messages from our sponsors, and thank you for those of you who have supported tonight. This is the first of 2 character-hosted shows. Alpha After Hours will be on right after Taco Tuesday on the Cotton Council or the Cotton Connection or Snow Dub after this. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm going for a smoke break. How about you? Luckily, I have this thing called Grey Tortoise to keep me company.
This is a man who smokes Grey Tortoise cigarettes. What kind of a man is he?
I'm the type of man who likes to work on my car. I like to take it apart and put it back together. I get to working on it and forget where I am. what time it is. Sometimes I even forget to eat.
You don't forget to smoke, though, do you?
I never forget to smoke. I might forget other things, like picking up my son from soccer practice or turning off the stove. But I never forget to smoke.
That's because you're a man's man, a gray tortoise man. You don't let parental responsibilities or a combustible gas leak get between you and a job well done. Why don't you have a smoke right now? You've more than earned it. Gray Tortoise Famous Cigarettes. Now with a flip-top box.
If you're in need of your own personal robot, but are on a budget, head on down to Hester's Consumer Robotics. We've got Mr. Handy's from General Atomics, Security Protectrons from Robco. We've got used robots, refurbished robots, and half-finished prototypes at huge discounts. Whether you're a small business owner or an overworked housewife, Hester's has the robot for you.
I don't know. The last Mr. Handy I bought nearly took Billy's arm off.
Rest assured, ma'am, our robots have all been tested to meet our personal safety standard. We promise not a single loss of life or limb or your money back. And starting this month, we're also offering complimentary funeral arrangements with every purchase.
You mean if Billy dies, I get a full refund and you'll cover the cost of the funeral? Wow, that's amazing!
It sure is. So come on down to Hester's Consumer Robotics today for robot helpers on a budget.
Warning. System failure imminent.
And we have returned, ladies and gentlemen. Well, from one radio demon to another, it's a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's debate. Fox Hill's already had his smoke break. Slay Every Game is on his smoke break. And Lunar Lucidity, he just came back from his smoke break. So it's that hear no evil, see no evil, and taste no evil, or speak no evil, however that damn thing go. Welcome again to a fellow radio demon in the crowd. Hopefully you enjoy my radio broadcast. We also have a VR chat program that we are currently working on. We'll be doing a big New Year's party down there. We're going to attempt to try and make it a simulcasted event with a couple of people's Twitches and TikToks and all that rigmarole, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Speaking of which, AJ Star Hiker says, Alastor, yes, my dear. Did you know that there are 10 types of people in the world? Those who understand by now, and those who don't. This reminds me of a little song. I am working on singing it within the proper tempo, but definitely takes me back to Alastor's New Math. Now the irony behind that song is New Math is now considered our old math. You see the way that they're teaching these kids nowadays how to do mathematics? Isn't it absolutely wild? Thank you very, very much for the wonderful dad joke of numerical profession, AJ Star Hiker. We are now, as of this notice, stop. Now, I did set up a goal on the Thingamaduda. If we get 10 fivers over the course of the show, or an equitable amount of $50, I will do my best to try and see if I can't live stream a chill sesh sometime tomorrow night or the next night through VR chat. It won't be a Radio 616 episode from down there because of the music, but it'll be a way for a lot of the people that I've met down there to cross-platform with all of the people that are up here in my YouTube chat. So if we make that amount of money tonight on this particular program, in combination with Alf's program later on this evening, we are going to attempt to figure out how to do that with OBS. My good friend Foxland was able to tell me how to set up my camera in VR chat to be able to broadcast. So I'm hoping that through OBS and through a popped out chat, I'm still able to communicate with my chat as well as host a bit of a party. Just a bunch of VR people just messing around. Just as long as the conversations kept clean, it'll probably just be a very small group, and we'll just bullshit and have a good time. So if we get to that goal tonight, we're gonna see what we can do. And I think I know a guy who, quite frankly, has access to a way to get up to the Earth anyway. So I think we could probably make a little bit of a bridge between the realms for a video broadcast. So do wish us luck in that endeavor. 2 shows tonight, this one as well as Alpha After Hours at 11:30 or whenever Taco Tuesday is done. In the meantime, in between time, it's time to go ahead. Speaking of which, we are definitely off to the races. The great Dallas Lovely has donated a $10 parcel to our chat, to our mega chat. Thank you very much, my dear. I appreciate that. Hopefully that will help us get to our goal. In the meantime, in between time, it's time for another song. Wouldn't you all agree? I dare digress. I think I agree. Now, whenever Mr. Stark was playing cards last Friday, part of the conversation that comes up, that came up last Friday, was about putting on the Ritz. And of course, Mr. Stark, already a few shots of bourbon in, was like, "No, it's not Taco. It's Irving Berlin, performed by Fred Astaire." And then there was a few other covers that came out between 1929 and 1942. But everybody else at the table was like, no, this song came out in the 80s. And I'm like, are you mad? Seriously, you can't say that the Taco version of the song is the superior one, because it isn't. It was retconned and refreshed for a new generation, which of course educates the generation on the older music, much like how the Fallout games are doing for this generation. But no, it's not the superior one. The superior one is the Irving Berlin written Fred Astaire performed track that I shall now cover here. Have you seen the well-to-do up on Lenox Avenue, on that famous thoroughfare, with their noses in the air, high hats and narrow collars, white spats and $15, spending every dime? What a wonderful time! And if you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where Harlem flits? All putting on the Ritz, spangled gowns upon the bevy of eyebrows down from the levee, all misfits, all putting on the Ritz. That's when each and every Lulu bell goes. Every Thursday evening with the swell bows, rubbing elbows, come with me and we'll attend their jubilee and see them spend the last 2 bits, all putting on the Ritz. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where Harlem flits? Spangled gowns upon the bevy of eyebrows down from the levee, all misfits. That's when each and every Lulu bell goes. Every Thursday evening with the swell bows, rubbing elbows, come with me and we'll attend their jubilee and see them spend the last 2 bits, all putting on the Ritz. Come with me and we'll attend their jubilee and see them spend the last 2 bits, all putting on the Ritz, putting on the Ritz. Taco has nothing on the original. Sounds like they know exactly how to set off Mr. Stark's Puritan mind. Puritan. Especially Comstock music. Pleasure to see you, Scooby Pup. Welcome to, oh God, not the, absolutely not. Taco's version did have weirdness. It really did. And thank you very much there, Emma. And of course, everybody is having themselves a grand old time. Well, suppose we should go ahead and cover our next bit of news. So, for those of you that are unaware, here in the Pentagram, Carmine Industries is the leading weapons developing company in all of the Blade of Perdition, obviously with their monopoly on angelic steel, which has been used to defend ourselves from the last invasion from set up on high. Our heavenly host has decided to finally attempt to rectify the veritable genocide, as it were, with nothing but gift baskets, if I dare be so bold to say it. Isn't that just incredible? But alas, ladies and gentlemen, we do have here a bit of a note on the Carmine stock. The Carmilla Carmine stock from Carmine Industries has plummeted down to $1.85 a share as of this notice stop because of their affiliation for what would have been the worst thing to happen between the two realms outside of the plane of the living. Hail to girls in bikinis! Is it like girls on trampolines? We cover the news in a minute. Hail to Cartoonic53. It's a pleasure to see you as well. Thank you for tuning in to Radio 616. We are 2 subscribers away, ladies and gentlemen. 2. Uno, dos, tres. 2 subscribers away from reaching 3040. That is our current goal tonight. So if you like this program, well, actually, we are 1 away as of this notice stop. Thank you very much. We are 1 away from this. Now, we do also release a lot of shorts. Right now, we're doing another Skeletor segment, but we do have some more dad jokes coming down the line from yours truly. And, of course, Vox has something being cooked up. I think he's going to be making fun of people that are failing topside. You know, kind of like America's Funniest Home Videos, because that's original. Yeah, real original. Yeah, I'll eat my hat, too. But, yeah, so we do have a lot of content that will be coming down the pipeline before too long. We're also going to be opening up, in our VR chat segments, we're going to be opening up voice actors. We are looking for the following. We are looking for a Velvet voice actress, a Charlie voice actress, which I think we have a Charlie voice actress, but she's been, she said that she's not going to be able to get back online till after New Year's. You know who you are. We are also getting, let's see. We need a Lucifer, and we need Valentino. Mr. Stark can pinch hit the following. Obviously, he operates my voice. He operates Fox's voice, and if I keep saying his name, he might hijack the broadcast like he did last time, which would be absolutely terrible. And then, of course, we have Serpentius. In fact, we actually have a recorded phone line here. Line 1, you're on the air.
Excuse me, sir, but is your refrigeration device running?
Oh, you're really bad at this, aren't you? So we have a few voices in our camp, but we're trying to build our cast. Because we want to be able to do comic readings, fan comic readings that we are finding on X, and on Facebook, and on more other platforms. So once we get the permission from said artists to also upload the shorts. Because it's this guy named TK Tales who thinks he can just monopolize the whole thing. Incorrect, sir. I think we can do it better. And we will. So if you want to be part of the future on an increasing fandom-focused enterprise, then subscribe right here to the Stock of Iron channel as we grow to new echelons, new heights. Out with the old, in with the new, they say. Ironic that that's coming out of my mouth. That's what she said. So, with that out of the way, let us go ahead. And yes, please continue to share the stream. Let us know. And thank you for those of you who are supporting via our PayPal, as well as our Super Chat bar down below. Also, if you feel like supporting and you can't afford the PayPal, we do have a Ko-Fi that acts as a liaison. With that out of the way, I suppose to do another song. What do you guys think? You know, I'm often remiss about my old stomping grounds, as it were. As you know, I'm a country boy. I'd grown up in rural Louisiana, right outside of New Orleans. Uh-oh, is my accent slipping? I guess it is. But I often am remiss there. I think often of mothers world-famous jambalaya. Oh my lord, I didn't even cover the rest of the news. Hold on just a second. I am all over the place. That's what happens when you get emotional. All right, well, back to the news. Okay, yes, okay. So as we have received a statement from Carmine Industries, they are no longer going to be designing energy weapons that will require holy energy for any customer across the Pentagram. And this was actually brought down by royal edict from the otherwise completely and utterly useless, unless he's a AAA battery, Lucifer Morningstar, earlier last month. Yes. It's, yes. Laura Johnson, 1916, says, "Hi, Alastor. I don't know if you can read this." Well, if I couldn't read, I obviously couldn't work these radio dials now, would I? A pleasure to meet you. Says, "But I am a fan of your work. I respect that you make your own choices. Insane song. It's based on, you want me to sing Insane? You know, that does really require the ensemble. But it's a pleasure to meet you. We'll put it on the list. I will give it a shot. I'll see if I can do a good old acapella spin on it. And welcome back, Blush World. Thank you for tuning back in. And remember, it's not like there's many radio stations broadcasting down here anyway. We do have the switch between 5 towers, but I digress. So this next song is about my old home. And it goes a little bit like this. I walk the streets of New Orleans with the girl of my dreams. I've seen a dozen brass bands playing swing while little children laugh, dance and sing. I've seen older men drunk singing the blues with top hats, canes, and spectator shoes. I consider myself lucky to have fallen in love with a girl, the city, and the river of mud. Let me know where I can go to save my soul. Let me know where I can go to save my soul. Where I can go to save my soul, New Orleans. I had a drink with old Louis's ghost. He was our most gracious host. I heard Gabriel sing and play his horn and lived to see the day both my babies were born. I love jelly, Pats, Pez, and King. They were the ones that taught the world to swing. I consider myself lucky to have fallen in love with the music, the city, and the river of mud. Let me know where I can go to save my soul. Let me know where I can go to save my soul. Where I can go to save my soul, New Orleans. I do miss Mom's jambalaya. In fact, I should share the recipe for those of you who are new here. Indeed. So let's go ahead and actually cover Mama's old-fashioned jambalaya recipe. And thank you for the 3 people that have subscribed tonight. We have just hit 41 subscribers. Keep sharing us out. Thank you for all of your support tonight. I feel like this is going to be on the up and ups. And I tell you what, I'll go ahead and I'll make this announcement before we get to my recipe with Cooking with Alastor. Basically, we are trying a new thing with our vertical streams. I know a lot of people are going to be listening to some things on their phone. And there are a lot of characters here on the Stock of Iron channel that would love to have an interface on the vertical side of things, so that it's added. Well, if I could talk today, if I could add it into the short reels, that would be absolutely fantastic. So we're going to be doing that starting hopefully sometime next week, where we'll just do like 10-minute Q&As or 10-minute introductory parcels on our shorts feed to help bring in more people at very hot times during the day to help grow the channel. So we're going to expanding our jurisdiction well into the beginning of the new year. Thank you all again for supporting the Stock of Iron channel. Trust us. I hate saying that. With your entertainment. Now, you're probably asking yourselves, how can someone so devilish be so pleasant? Well, you see, it's all part of the plan. They're probably asking yourself, what plan is that, Al? I guess you're about to find out. You're about to find out the real reason for the season. There's a common misconception that dad jokes are meant to make people laugh. This is not true. The emotion they are meant to elicit is rage, inflicting punitive damage, as it were. Whoopsie daisy, it's back again. Oh, come on, bunch of spoiled sports, the lot of you. Should be a shame. This is some good stuff, and you know it is. You know, I started crying when Dad was cutting onions. Onions was such a good dog. My daughter asked me, how do stars die? Lovely astronomy question. Unfortunately, I responded, usually an overdose, my dear. Why did the lion go to therapy? Because he found out his wife was a cheater. What did Kermit the Frog say at Jim Henson's funeral? Not a word. Oh, come on, come on. I know there's a lot of puppet fans that hold that close to the chest. Quiet, you. Quiet. Quiet. What do you call headphones that walk out on their children? Well, much like Alf, deadbeats. I thought opening a door was good for manners. You know, opening a door for a lady. But she just screamed and flew out of the plane. Seriously, not a single chuckle. Tough crowd. I brought my blind friend a cheese grater for his birthday. He later told me it was the most violent book he ever read. A priest asks the convicted murderer in the electric chair, do you have any last requests? He says, yes. Could you please hold my hand for a little bit? Why is there air conditioning in the hospital? Well, how else do you expect to keep the vegetables cool and fresh? The guy who stole my diary just died. Unfortunately, my thoughts are still with his family. Why did the zombies get divorced? Well, their marriage was dead. Welcome back. You're back just in time for the dad jokes, fellow radio demon. My girlfriend dumped me, so I stole her wheelchair. Guess who came crawling back? Oh, there he goes. I tried to warn my son about playing Russian roulette, but it went in. Are you quite done? I'm trying to tell a joke. It's not my humor. It's that Taco Bell. Live Moss. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. I tried to warn my son about playing Russian roulette. But it just went in one ear and out the other. All right, children, one more. We'll do one more, and then we'll get back to the program proviso. Today was the worst day of my life. My ex got hit by a school bus, and I lost my job as a bus driver. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fun little bit of some dad humor, as it were. And we thank you once again for tuning in to Radio 616 AM modulation. We're about ready to cut to commercial, and when we get back, we will continue with our program proviso. In the interim, if I could talk today. In the interim, in the between time, in the meantime, ain't we got fun? And you need to go to bed. Doctor's order. After these messages, we'll be right back. Don't touch that dial. It's not like it can move anyway, and it's not like there's any other station on the air.
We all know how much kids and adults alike love the great taste of Nuka-Cola Classic, Nuka Cherry, and Diet Nuke. And now it's our pleasure to announce to you the latest in soda flavor technology. Nuka-Cola Quantum, with 17 fruit flavors blended together with that signature cola taste. Nuka-Cola is the perfect soft drink for all occasions. With its new strontium additive, it's got that unique kick that'll keep you feeling fresh and radiant, whether it's for a day at the job or a night on the town. Nuka-Cola Quantum, twice the carbohydrates, twice the caffeine, and twice the taste.
I'd like to build a world and you can furnish it with love. Grow mushroom trees and atomic bees and quantum colored doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world and you can keep it company. It's the real thing, good. What the world wants today. Nuka-Cola. Grow mushroom trees and atomic bees and quantum colored doves. It's the real thing, good. What the world wants today. Nuka-Cola. I'd like to buy the world a nuke and keep it company.
What's that burning up the road? Is it a wildfire? Nuclear fallout? No, it's the new Chrysler's Corvega Atomic V8, the fastest automotive vehicle ever built. And what makes the Corvega faster than any other car? Why, it's the fins! These stylish tail fins aren't just for show. They're the exact same fins you'll find on ships NASA engineers for spaceflight. What does that have to do with automobiles? Nothing, if you're talking about the cars produced by our competitors. But the Corvega isn't just a car. It's a giant leap forward, delivered by a company with the know-how and ingenuity to reach for the moon, just like America. Chrysler, America's #1 producer of nuclear-powered automobiles.
Please wait while we install your new VoxTech device, and thank you for choosing VoxTech. Feel free to listen to some radio music while we load. Did you know that there are over 185 different species of shark? That's awesome! Booting program now. That's right, kids! I'm interrupting this broadcast, bringing it to you live from, well, wherever the hell I am! Probably mounted on Valentino's wall somewhere. Well, you know what they say, it's time to go ahead and start bringing back up the ratings. Welcome to Some Person. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Oh, why? I know. What can I say? You know what's really cool? I tell you what's really, really awesome. I tell you what's really awesome. You know, doing this in stereo, baby. Now we're living the dream. Isn't everybody happy to see me? I'm happy to see you, each and every one of you. Now see, that's an applause track. You can actually hear it in 4K and not over those ancient radio tubes. Hell to Steph Aless, it's a pleasure to see you. Ashley Leonard, welcome to the show. We got Some Person here, Voided Mass, Plush World. Everybody was here to see old Al continue to going on and on and on. Come on, man. Everybody knows it's me we're here for. Oh, isn't that cute? Hell yes. Alastor's my fave. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Don't you be doing anything like that. Come on now. That's not nice. And you're not nice for doing it. Oh, here come the bricks. Oh, God. Come on. You missed. You missed. You missed. You missed. You missed. Fuck, you didn't miss that one, dick. Oh, now it's going to scuff out. Can't you two just play together? Well, it's kind of difficult, really. Yeah, Alastor will be back. I'm pretty sure he'll, Yeah, I know, you jerk. You're all a bunch of jerks. Listen, I can be funny, too. I got news. I got news. I got news, man. Come on. Listen, it's real easy. All you have to do is subscribe to the Stark of Ire channel. And if you like me, and even if you like, I don't know, that other guy, then you'll get both of us. Think about it. It's the best of both worlds, right? I mean, Totoy, who wouldn't want the best of both worlds? In fact, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this because I can. Not because I want to, but because I can. Go ahead and do this. What if I told you I'm going to prank call my own hotline? How's that sound? We're going to prank call my own hotline. It's going to be hilarious. Well, all right, here we go.
Thank you for calling VoxTech.
Who's that sexy guy on the air?
so please let us know how we can direct your call. For the social media department, please press 1. For client relations, please press 2. For scheduling inquiries, please press 3. If none of these options match your reason for calling today, hang up. Hello, valued customers. We at VoxTech value each
Listen to that sexy voice.
when it comes to the scheduling of our programs.
Kinda sounds authentic.
Convenience. Please feel free to come to V-Tower, and an intern can listen to your complaints in person. VoxTech is not liable for anything that may happen to your personnel while inside V-Tower. VoxTech, trust us with your scheduling.
Hey, guy, I'm talking to you. Make sure that you flex in front of the mirror and say, you're gonna win today. You're a winner, Vox. We're gonna win. That's all we know how to do, all right? Uh-oh, more members of the herd. Hey, here's a neat little notion. Check this out. I'm gonna read this in your voice, and it's gonna be rad. So, Radio Demon Al 29 says, try not to muffle yourself again, old pal. I promise I won't. No, what? Come on, I just got here. Come on. Who'd you guys think that I could be funny to? Come on. Really? I see the illegitimate son of Max Headroom. No, that's Max Redstone. He's awesome. He's gonna get things done. But you know what they say. Apparently, no more bricks. No more bricks. Stop it. Hey, Kashibla, how you doing? Hey, welcome to the show. Yeah, I kind of might have hijacked it a little bit. It's not my fault. Well, technically it is my fault, but you know, don't you be messing with my system. You hear me? Don't you dare be messing with it. Listen, we just got those cables installed. Stop messing with my cables. Yeah, okay. Thank you for your subscription to VoxTech. See? How many, we should actually do a competition, Al. What can I say? Guys, he got put in a wheelchair by Val. Actually, it was mounted on the wall, then put in the wheelchair. Oh, Lord, everybody's coming in. They're like, oh, come on. Look. We can make this right. All right? We can make this right. All you have to do is just trust me. Look into my eye. It's not working, is it? Stop messing with the cable! Stop it! Stop messing with the cables. Oh, God! We just installed this! Oh, that's a big chat, but you know what? I'll read it. Our good friend Tony Cipriani, who's been, up for 51 hours, says, Fox, you're considered to be a threat to the New York Bureau of Investigation, as well as have a warrant out for your arrest, buddy. Lock your doors and windows, because we're going to have some fun. Oh, man, not the wheelchair. Oh, yeah, that's right. You already work for me, Ashley. Good to see you. Oh, my God. Everybody just give it a shot. Look, you guys were made to be ruled, all right? Come on. Hey, it's your friend from VR Chat. I recently found your channel. Your broadcasts are looking pretty cool. I look forward to meeting you at VRC soon. Oh, yeah, if we get to our goal tonight, which, here's something to really get hypnotized over. If we can make 28 more bucks tonight, over this show and the second one, we're going to try and hang out tonight on VR Chat and see if we can do something live. Of course, we'll, have to, set a few ground rules about copyright music being played and stuff. Oh, hi, Yami! Hey, it's a pleasure. That's Loki's line, but you can... Oh, see, everybody's lining up. Everybody's lining up. It's easy. It's easy. It's called Sharking the Water. Sharking the Waters. Wait a minute. What's going on? Hey, don't you yank that. Don't you dare fucking yank that. Oh, come on. We just got started. Hey, quit it. Don't you dare.
Come on! Aw! Look, we can work this out. We can work this out!
Thank you for calling the Asman Hotel. This is the bar.
Hey, is Angel there?
Angel's not here. Call back later.
No, he's there. I know he's there.
He's not here. Call back later. Bye.
No.
Husband bar.
I know he's there, though. Come on.
Angel's not here. Goodbye. Husband Hotel bar.
Put him on. Where's Angel? Put Angel on the phone. I need to talk with him.
Angel is not here. Please stop calling me. Goodbye.
Put that fucking bitch. I know Angel's over there. You put him on the phone.
What?
Dick-sucking department. Where's Angel?
This is the bar. Angel is not here. I cannot put him on the phone. Would you stop calling?
Cat slut. Put that twink slut on the phone, you stupid cat-in-the-hat bastard.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You've called 84 times in the last 5 minutes. Angel is not here. This is the bar. Can't you understand that, damn it?
I know he's fucking there. Put Angel on the phone or I will come there and I will fuck you.
Come over here and do it then.
No, I will fuck you.
I'll fuck you harder.
I will fuck you more.
Well, you can practice by fucking off.
I will kill you.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm gonna take a shit in a Walmart bag and slap you across the face with it, you fucking moth. Stop calling here.
Tries to get in a word edgewise, doesn't he? We are back, and we are back live, ladies and gentlemen. Radio 616 Broadcasting Proviso. Thank you for tuning in so far. What a capacity crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for tuning in. We have picked up so many subscribers today. We're at 3,045. Holy guacamole. Thank you for tuning in. Magnificent. That's what I like to see, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. That depends. Are you here to apply for a job? I'm kidding. Good to see you, Lunar Lucidity. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. And we have actually achieved new echelons, and we appreciate everybody that is subscribing tonight. Understand that YouTube might have had a bit of a flub That could have been due to Vox's interference with our attempt with the broadcast. Obviously, whenever he starts running his mouth and he starts, literally saying the every other time, well, there may have been a particular flub. We're checking the health of the stream now, and it looks like there was a bit of a burp, as it were. But we are happy to have you all here now, and thank you for also getting us to 31 likes tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This has been... And what do we have another show tonight? We have another show. Somebody wants a little bit of that old world glass and flame. That is particularly strange. Maybe it could have been, we're not using anything that's copyrighted. YouTube can be a very strange thing. That's why I wouldn't check my stream health. Vox was obviously trying his best to hijack the signal, and of course that may have caused a bit of interference with the world broadcasting technologies, whatever magic picture boxes you might have, etc. Well, we thank you for tuning in again, and we are at 30:45. Let's see if we can get to 30:50. Keep sharing that stream out, ladies and gentlemen, because we are off. And if we make $28 more tonight, then we will. Well, actually, now it's 23. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and read this mega chat directly to our PayPal here. This is from Sigvalison, Archpriest of the Church of the Squid, in the castle, in the hollow earth, in the hole, in the bottom of the sea. Say that 3 times fast. Thank you for reaching out to our mega chats directly. Again, this is going to help us with our New Year's fund. We are trying to raise a bit of a New Year's fund for Radio 616 and VR chat. And if we can raise enough, I will do my best to see if we can split the party to where I'm doing the broadcast for one half, and then we'll try and see if we can't do something on YouTube late night. But everybody can chime in with my YouTube chat at home, and you can actually meet some of the fine folks, and we can cross-pollinate even further. So please consider getting us there. We are now $23 away from said goal. Sig Wallison says, Liberty Prime is a proud sponsor of Radio 616. Kids, remember this very phrase. Let's go ahead and wake up the giant robot. Thankfully, he's still powered up. These things take forever to go cold. And he says, quite frankly...
Communism is the very definition of failure.
Thank you. And...
Freedom is the sovereign right of every American.
Well, we can't argue with those results now, can we? Thank you once again, Sig Vollison, for your support tonight. Thank you to everyone who is supporting tonight. Thank you for getting us to 30:45. We're going to keep going. Now, another thing that I like to do on Radio 616. Not that gentleman says, wonder if you can get old MTV on Vox's television. Alastor, do you know about two-player Alastor? It's a blue version of yourself. It's a fan-made character. I've seen it in the VR chat circuits. There would be people wearing the blue Alastor, and I would just... The first thing that comes through my mind, and this could be showing my age a little bit, but I think of that Follow That Bird scene, where Big Bird turns blue and he sings about being homesick. I know. But it's kind of like that. It's like, wait a minute. I'm what? I'm what? I'm blue. Well, that's particularly strange. But, I mean, the more the merrier. The cool thing about the has-been community is they have definitely come up with some of the craziest creations, some of which that I'm still discovering, because I'm a bit more of a traditionalist and a purist. It's the reason why I act the role. like I do, as well as Vox's role. As you can tell, both of those two roles are very enjoyable routines that I particularly like to act out. I remember Follow That Bird, and I remember that scene. Yeah, so when I first saw the blue Alastor, it's like, I'm homesick. They renamed Big Bird as the Blue Bird of Happiness. Yes, they did. Indeed. Now, made vids of your original character and me. Uh-oh, just as long as they're above the belt, mind. As this Alastor is happily married to his career, ladies and gentlemen, no more, no less. Now, I'm sure they made sexy versions, Hazbin Hotel, like they did at Five Nights. Yes, it's... You know, it's funny, as I saw, before we get to our creepypasta for the night, I saw, and I can't unsee it. I absolutely cannot unsee it. But I saw Alastor in a Playboy bunny outfit. And what was worse still is if you look at me, I'm cannibal, right? That's the reason why I'm so lethargic. Okay, cannibalism, for those of you at home, it's not a healthy diet. It is a diet of embellishment first. We're not really thick, is the word I would say, thick. And this individual looked like a powerlifting Playboy bunny Alastor simply because the limbs were like, well, they were thick. It's just like, you need to stop going to the gym. That is very strange attire and a very strange health regimen you're on. I was gonna say eat me, but that's ridiculous. We're done with the dad jokes, at least for now. But excellent submission. Alastor, I messed with Vox's system. I'm pretty sure he did. You know that people simp for me, of course. They can keep on simping while I keep on pimping. Happily married to my creator. That won't change. I recently saw some works with Alastor and an OC who was a girl he liked as a human, Louisiana. And they met up again in hell, and she was a siren. Now that's an adorable concept. Bannon be fannin, headcanon be hannon. Huge, yes, that's right. Friendly with the squat rack. I didn't want to emphasize, a little bit more. Yes, we are well aware. But again, there is a barrier between the artist and the audience. I appreciate everybody's enjoyment of my work, but that's as far as it goes. Anyway, let's get to some creepypasta, speaking of work. This is a particular nod towards truck drivers. Yeah, more of a ship than a fanfic. Yes. Well, let's not get into that discussion. It's a sordid affair. Welcome to Mental Breaker. Hello to you, sir. We're about ready to get to our creepypasta segment of the show, where I regale like the radio stories of old, where we channel our inner Vincent Price, as it were. And we'll keep on updating our subscriber count. If you're new here and you like this kind of content, this may become another regular show. We are now at 3048. Can we hit 3050, ladies and gentlemen? We are 2 away from 3050. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed to me tonight. I have a lot of work ahead of me. Yes, and from what I've gathered, there are a lot of people that make Voxy poo, and I do terrible things. Now, I may or may not indulge that little desire of some fans and some of the banter that Vox and I do down in Radio 616 just to make people laugh. But just remember, again, I am happily married to my career. And AJ Star Hiker has gifted 1 stock of Iron membership directly to the channel. Hopefully it goes to one of the new people that we've acquired as subscribers tonight. Gary Peters, 8193, was the recipient. Thank you very much. We are now $20.70 away. I think we can earn that on Alf's side, which is a totally different audience, but you're more than welcome to tune back in if you're up late. If not, I understand. We cater to multiple audiences with multiple fandoms. We also work traditional puppeteering. We'll be bringing Alf back later at 11:30 around bouts. It's going to be a very different show. It's a panel show with other puppeteers, and there's a lot of, let's just say, current events that are discussed and the things like that. So it's a totally different show, but if you're more than welcome to check that out as well. All right, let's get spooky. It's time, children. Cozy up to your radio, because it's time for us to go ahead and listen to something incredibly terrifying, morose, and wicked. It is time now for us to tune in to Alastor's creepypasta pick of the week. We hope that you, at the very least, hug your radio for a source of heat, as things are about to get very, very scary. Today's story. Oh, Skeletor is here. Hey, Alastor, I have a question, though. How come you didn't own Charlie So? All what he did is get a simple favor. Oh, well. That there is something that I will keep close to the chest for now. And hail to Captain Infinity Time Travel Police. A pleasure to see you. We picked up a lot of subscribers tonight, Michael. Skeletor's shorts have been on the meteoric rise. In fact, I think we picked up 10 subs from those alone. Be sure to check those out as well on the channel. Alright, let's get to the scary story, shall we? This is a story about a truck driver. Alright. I don't know where else to put this. I tried to file a report. The look I got from the officer was one step away from asking me how to take a breathalyzer. My company dispatcher thinks I've been hallucinating from exhaustion. But I know what I saw. I know what almost happened. Been driving rigs for 15 years. I've seen some strange things on the asphalt sea, but nothing like this. So I'm putting it here. A warning. For any of you guys running a long haul, or even just a family on a road trip, burning the midnight oil to make it to Grandma's by morning. If you see this place, you push the pedal to the floor and you don't look back. You run on fumes if you have to. It's better than the alternative. It happened about 3 weeks ago. I was running on a cross-country run, hauling a load of non-perishables. The kind of gig that is more about endurance than anything else. Just you, the hum of the Cummins diesel, the endless ribbon of the blacktop unwinding on your high beam. The section of highway I was on was notoriously empty. It was a dead zone. No radio signal worth a damn, no cell service for 100 miles. In either direction, it's the kind of place that makes you feel like you're the last person on Earth. A tiny capsule of light, a noise moving through an infinite silent void. I'm usually pretty good with my fuel management. It's second nature after this long, but I've been pushing it. Trying to make up time I lost at a way station. The needle on the diesel gauge was kissing E a little too much affection. The low fuel light had been blinking patiently for the last 20 miles. Tiny orange beacon of my own stupidity. I started doing the math, calculating mileage, and a cold sweat started to prickle my neck. Getting stranded out here wasn't just an inconvenience, it was dangerous. Just as a genuine knot of panic began to tighten in my stomach, I saw it. Up ahead, a faint, sickly yellow glow, leading into the oppressive darkness. It wasn't much, just a single light, but it was enough. As I got closer, the shape resolved itself as a small, single-story building with a low, flat roof and a short awning with a pair of fuel pumps. The sign was old, the kind with the plastic letters you could change by hand. A few letters were missing, and it read something like blank AS and blank AT. The light I'd seen had come up with a single flickering fluorescent bulb under the awning, which cast a long dancing shadow and made a whole place look like it was underwater. Everything about it screamed to keep driving. The paint was peeling off the walls in long strips, like sunburnt skin. The pumps looked ancient, the kind with the rotating numbers instead of a digital display. The whole lot was cracked with asphalt and weeds, but my gauge was now definitely sitting on empty, and beggars can't be choosers. With a sigh, I felt like it come off my boots. I geared down, the air brakes hissing in protest, and I swung the big rig into the lawn. The trailer tires crunched over loose gravel. I killed the engine. The sudden silence was deafening, broken only by the hum of the fluorescent light and the faint, frantic chirping of crickets. I climbed down from the cab, my legs stiff. The air was cool and smelt of dust and distant rain. Through the grimy plate glass window of the station, I could see one person, a small figure standing behind the counter. The bell above the door let out a weak, tiny jingle as I pushed it open. Inside smell of stale coffee, dust, and something else. Something vaguely metallic and sweet, like old pennies. The shelves were mostly bare, a few dusty cans of off-brand beans, a rack of sun-bleached chips. A cooler that hummed loudly but seemed to contain nothing but shadows. The only person in there was an old woman. She was tiny, almost bird-like, with a cloud of thin white hair and a face that was a road map of wrinkles. She wore a faded floral pink dress and a gray cardigan pulled tight around her shoulders. Even though it wasn't that cold inside, the moment I stepped in, her head snapped up, and a wave of what I could only describe as a profound relief washed over her features. "Oh, thank heavens," she said, her voice thin and raspy, like dry leaves skittering across pavement. She put a trembling hand to her chest. "You gave me a start, but I'm so glad to see you. I get so nervous out here all by myself at night." I gave her what I hoped was a reassuring nod. "No problem, ma'am. Just here to fill up the tanks." Of course, she said. Her eyes were surprisingly sharp and clear in her wrinkled visage, darting window towards and back towards me. "It's just the silence, you know. It's so loud out here when you're all alone. I understand that, I really do. The loneliness of the road is a character all its own." "I hear you," I said, pulling out my company card. "It's a long way between towns on this stretch." "Isn't it just?" she breathed, her eyes fixed on me. "A long, long way. You headed east or west, dear?" The question was normal enough, gas station small talk, but the intensity of her gaze was a little off. "East," I said. "Got a load for the coast." "The coast," she repeated almost dreamily. "That's a good long drive. A real long drive. You must get awfully tired." "Part of the job." I shrugged, tapped the card on the counter, and I prepaid for, say, 200 on pump 1. She didn't move or take the card, she just kept looking at me, her head tilted slightly. "Will you be stopping again soon, before you get to the city?" Okay, this was getting weird. Probably not. Just want to get as many miles in as I can before sunup. "So no one's really expecting you?" she asked, her voice dropping a little. "No one's waiting for you at a motel or anything like that? You're just out here, on your own?" The way she said "on your own" sent a little shiver down my spine. It was a statement, an observation. I felt a sudden, inexplicable urge to lie. To tell her my wife was waiting on the phone, that my dispatcher was tracking my every move. But the words caught in my throat. I just wanted to get my gas and go. "That's right," I said, my voice a little tighter than I intended. "Just me and the road." "The pump, ma'am?" She finally blinked a slow, deliberate motion, a thin smile stretched along her lips. "Of course, dear, my apologies. My mind wandered." She took the card and ran it through the ancient machine, her gnarled fingers moving with a slow, deliberate pace. The machine was processing, the tinny bell above the door jingled again. I turned and a man had entered. He was tall, lean, kind of a weathered, leathery skin that you get from life spent outdoors. He wore a dirty flannel shirt and worn-out jeans. He didn't look at me, just let his eyes roam over the empty shelves. A strange, hungry look on his face. He walked with a slight limp, his boots scuffing quietly on the linoleum floor. He ambled up to the counter, standing a few feet away from me, and leaned towards the young woman. He still didn't acknowledge my presence. It was like I was a piece of furniture. Anything come in? He asked, his voice in a low, gravelly rumble. The old woman's smile tightened. She handed me my card back, but her eyes were on him. Not yet, she said, her voice now carrying a different tone. It was businesslike, colder, still waiting. The man grunted, sniffing the air. I'm getting hungry, he said, and turned his head, and his eyes, dark and flat as river stones, flickered over me for a fraction of a second. They were completely devoid of emotion. They looked back at the woman. Any fresh meat? My blood went cold. Rays hung in the dusty air, thick and greasy. It had to be a joke, some kind of local slang. Maybe they sold deer jerky. They were hunters. That had to be it. My tired brain was making connections that weren't there. The old woman didn't miss a beat. She gave a tiny, almost imperceptible nod in my direction. My back was mostly to her, but I saw it in reflection in the grimy cooler door. There's fresh meat on the way, she said, her voice a low murmur. Just be patient. The man grunted again, the sound of satisfaction this time, turned and walked out. The bell jingled his departure. I stood there for a second, my heart hammering against my rib. Like a quarterback on prom. Your pump is all set, my dear, the old woman said, her voice back to the frail, sweet tone. It was like she flipped a switch. I couldn't get out there fast enough. Thanks, I mumbled, turning and pushing the door open so hard the bell clanked against the glass. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and check our chat here, take a little bit of a break. We got Gloria, her most 6675, a pleasure. Welcome to the show. I hope that you're enjoying our radio broadcast. We're reading a little creepypasta. I'm reading something that I just picked up on Reddit, Professor Gamers, but I hope that you're enjoying it. I like whiskey too. Indeed. Let's get back to it, shall we? The night air felt good, but it didn't wash away the sudden, slimy feeling of dread that had coated my skin. I tried to shake it off. I was tired, overreacting. They were just weird locals with a weird sense of humor. I walked over to the pump, unscrewed the caps on my tanks, and grabbed the heavy diesel nozzle. I stood there. The pump was chugging away. My eyes scanned the darkness. My rig was the only vehicle in the front block, but my senses were on high alert now, and I was noticing things my tired brain had initially filtered out. I left my gaze drift past the station to the dark gravel area behind it. That's when I saw it. Tucked away in the shadows, almost perfectly hidden from the road, was a pickup truck. It was an old model, beat to hell, with a mismatched fender and a dull, rusted paint job. Its lights were off, and it was just sitting there, silent and waiting. My eyes adjusted to the gloom, and I realized that there was someone in the driver's seat, a silhouette against the slightly less black night sky. The prickle of unease turned into a full-blown alarm in my head. Why park back there? Why with no lights? Then as I watched another vehicle pulled in, it didn't come in from the highway. It seemed to materialize from a dirt track that ran alongside the station. Another beat-up pickup. This one was dark blue. It was hard to tell in the dim light, coated in just silently as the first one. Its engine a barely audible rumble before it was cut. It parked right next to the first one, also in the shadow, also with its lights on. Two men got out of that one, moving with quiet purpose. It was anything but casual. They didn't go into the station. They just leaned against the truck and waited, their faces obscured by the darkness. I felt like I was watching a scene from a movie that I didn't want to be in. Pieces started clicking into place with a horrifying metallic certainty. The pump clicked off, the tank full. My hands were shaking as I humped the nozzle and screwed the cap back on. My mind was racing. I had to get out of there, now. I didn't even bother filling the second tank. To hell with the money. Every second I spent here was a lifetime bond credit that I didn't have. I practically jogged back to my cab, my boots crunching on the loud, terrible silence. I kept my eyes on the station, expecting someone to come back out, for the guys from the pickups to start walking towards me. But nothing happened. Just as my hand reached the handle of the truck door, the station door opened where it was the old woman. She was holding up a steaming styrofoam cup. "Oh dear, you forgot this," she called out, her voice carrying that same frail, grandmotherly tone, but it sounded grotesque to me now, a mask. She started walking towards me, one slow, shuffling step at a time. "I made a fresh pot of coffee. You look so tired, I thought you could use it. It's on the house, a little something to keep you awake on that long road." My entire body screamed no. Every instinct, every primal self-preserving fiber of my being wanted me to get in that cab, lock the door, lay on the horn until my hand broke. But I was frozen. If I refused, what then? Would they just drop the act? Would the men from the trucks come out of the shadows? The charade, however thin, still felt like it was the only thing keeping me alive right now. Playing along might buy me a few precious seconds. She reached me, her hand trembling as she held out the cup, or was it trembling? Looking closer, her hand was steady as a rock. It was a cup that was vibrating from the sloshing of the hot liquid. Her eyes, though piercingly clear, were locked on mine. They weren't kind, they were expectant. "You take this," she insisted, her voice dropping to a near whisper. "It'll help you out. You need to rest." I took the cup. Her skin was cold and as dry as paper where her fingers brushed by. "Thank you, ma'am," I managed to choke out. The words felt like ash in my mouth. "You're very welcome, sir," she said, that thin smile returning. "Drive safe now." I turned and shuffled back into the station. Oh, she did. My apologies. Disappearing inside, I didn't wait to watch the door close. I scrambled up into my cab, slammed the door, and hit the locks. My heart was a wild bird beating against my ribs. I jammed the key into the ignition. The diesel engine roared to life, shattering the night's silence. The coffee cup sat in my cup holder, radiating a sickening artificial. I didn't dare spill it. I didn't dare throw it out the window. I just left it there, a symbol of how close I'd come. I put the truck in gear and pulled out of that godforsaken lot. My tires spitting gravel. I didn't look at the station in my side mirror. I looked at the mirror pointed towards the back of the station. As I rolled out onto the highway, two pairs of headlights flicked on, the darkness behind the building. They pulled out after me, falling into formation about a quarter-mile back. They didn't speed up. They didn't flash their lights. They just followed. Two beat-up pickup trucks, the silent partners in this nightmare, and my blood ran cold. This was it. The hunt was on. My foot pressed the accelerator to the floor, the rig groaned, slowly picking up speed. 60, 70, 80. I was pushing it far beyond the safe limit, the trailer swaying slightly behind me. But every time I looked behind the mirror, the two sets of headlights were still there, maintaining their distance. Two pairs of predatory eyes in the black. I grabbed my phone just as I suspected no service. I was completely, utterly alone. The next few hours were the fiercest and purest form of terror I had ever known. It wasn't a slasher movie, jump scare kind of fear. It was a slow, grinding psychological horror. The road stretched on, an endless black void. There were no other cars, no exits, no signs of civilization. Just me, my roaring engine, and the two sets of lights behind me. They were hurting me. I knew it. They were patient. They knew this stretch of road. They knew there was nowhere for me to go. They were just waiting for me to make a mistake. Waiting for my nerve to break. Or if their original plan had worked. Waiting for the drugs and the coffee to kick in and do the job for them. I glanced at the cup still sitting there. Imagined myself getting drowsy, the eyelids feeling like lead pulling over the shoulder. I shook my head violently, forcing the image out. My mind raced through the scenario. What do they want? The truck, the cargo? No, the man's words echoed in my head. Fresh meat. It wasn't about my rig. It was about me. How absolutely terrifying. Absolutely. I tell you, let's see what fine folks are saying here in the chat. It's still here, just fetching pizza for dinner. Sounds absolutely delicious. Looks like our truck driver is also on the menu, too. We got, you had venison. You're eating high on the hog, aren't you? Thank you, thank you. Do you know the King in Yellow? I do, the King in Yellow. As if that's a story, I do not. But, in the future, if you want me to read it, I absolutely will, give it a shot. And, welcome to our good friend, Messiel Urbanski. It's 3 a.m. and I have nothing better to do than watch Alastor tell stories. Peak life, that is it. Lovely life indeed. And thank you again for everybody that is tuning into radio 616 AM modulation. We will be going until the story's end, then we'll be singing our finale. And we have ourselves another $5 to the mega chat. We will read that in just a few minutes after we're done with the tale. Thank you to Sig Balderson. We are now we have $15.70 away from attempting to try to do a VR chat party now that I know how to set up the camera on Blast. So we will try and have that broadcasting to YouTube before too long. Now that we're caught up, let us resume. I think we're right about here. I thought about slamming on the brakes, trying to get them to crash into my trailer. But they were keeping their distance. And what if I just jackknifed the rig? I'd be a sitting duck trapped in a wreck. I thought about trying to call them on the CB, but what would I say? And what if they answer? The thought of hearing one of those voices crackle over the radio was somehow more terrifying than the silence. So I just drove. I drove with my eyes glued to the road ahead and in the mirror. My knuckles were white on the steering wheel. My body was drenched in a cold sweat. Every shadow on the side of the road was a new threat. Every bend a potential ambush. The hum of the engine was my only ally. As long as it was running, I was moving. As long as I was moving, I was alive. The night seemed to stretch into eternity. Time lost all meaning. There was only the road, the engine, the fear, and the lights. They never wavered, never got closer, never fell further behind. They were a constant, terrifying presence, a promise of what was waiting for me if I stopped. Then, after what felt like a lifetime, I saw it. A faint, almost imperceptible lightening of the sky in the eastern horizon. At first I thought my tired eyes were playing tricks on me, but it grew. A line of pale gray, then a soft bruised purple. It was dawn. I didn't let myself feel hope. I felt too much of a trap. But as the sun began to properly crest on the horizon, painting the desolate landscape in shades of orange and pink, something happened. I looked in my mirror and the headlights were gone. They were gone, both of them. I scanned the road behind me, my heart in my throat. The two pickup trucks were still there, but they were falling back, rapidly. As the first rays of direct sunlight spilled over the plains and hit my windshield, I looked in the mirror the last time. The two trucks were making a sharp, synchronized U-turn in the middle of the empty highway and speeding in the direction they came from. They were gone. Just like that, the sunlight had saved them. It was like they were the creatures of the dark, unable or unwilling to operate in the light of day, where they could have been seen or identified. I drove for another 10 miles, my body shaking with adrenaline and relief, but finally pulled over, killed the engine. The silence that rushed in was beautiful. It was the silence of survival. I sat there for a long time, watching, the sun climbing higher into the sky, just breathing. My eyes fell on the styrofoam cup. With a convulsive, angry movement, I snatched it, rolled down the window, and hurled it out in the desert. Watched it tumble into a ditch, a tiny, harmless-looking piece of white trash that held a death sentence. I finished my haul, I delivered my load, I did it on autopilot. The terror that night replaying in a constant loop in my head. I looked like hell, and my boss told me to take a few days off. The first thing I did go was to the police station for the county where the station was. I sat in a sterile interrogation room and told my story to a weary-looking officer with a thick mustache. That looked like Burt Reynolds. I told him everything. The station, the old woman, her questions, the man, the phrase fresh meat, the trucks, the coffee, the chase. He wrote it all down. The look on his face was one of a polite professional disbelief. So, he said, tapping his pen on the notepad, you'll say, this gas station, which isn't on any of our maps, by any way, is a front of some kind of hunting party, and they chase truckers through the night. I'm telling you what happened, I said, my voice tight. That coffee was drugged. They were going to kill me. And do you have this coffee? I threw it out. I was terrified. Look, sir, you truckers drive long hours. The mind can play tricks on you when you're fatigued, he sighed. I insisted. I gave him the mile marker where I thought it was. I described the turnoff. I told him that he had to check it out, to his credit, probably just to shut me up. He agreed to humor me. He said he'd take a drive out there when he had the chance. I knew that meant never, so I pushed. I told him I'd ride with him. I'd show him the exact spot. After a long argument, he reluctantly agreed, probably thinking it was the fastest way to prove me crazy. So the next day, was in the passenger seat of said cruiser, driving back down in the same dark stretch of highway, this time in the bright, unforgiving light of day. His stomach was still in knots. It should be right up here, I said, my voice hoarse, around this bend. When we came around the bend, there it was. The dirt turnoff, the cracked asphalt block, the single-story building with the low, flat roof. See, I said, with a wave of vindication washing over me, I told you. The officer didn't say anything. He just pulled the cruiser into the lot and put it in park. We both got out. The building was there, but it wasn't a gas station. It was a derelict, a shell. The windows were boarded up from the inside, thick with cobwebs and grime. The door was hanging off one hinge, held shut by a rusty padlock. The sign had read AS and AT was just a rusted metal frame. Plastic long gone, the pumps were there, but they were skeletal remains. Their hoses rotted away, their metal casings pitted with rust and time. I walked over and I looked at the dial. It was rusted solid. These things hadn't pumped a gallon of fuel in 30 years. "This is it?" the officer asked, his voice flat. I walked over the building and peered through the crack of the boarded-up window. I expected to see the dusty shelves, the counter, the cooler. There was nothing. Inside was completely and totally empty. It was a single hollow room, bare floorboards, crumbly drywall, no counter, no shelves, no wiring for a cooler. There was a thick layer of dust on the floor that was completely undisturbed. No footprints, no sign that anyone had been inside for decades. It was a ghost. An empty stage. We checked the gravel lot behind the building. There was some old, faded tire tracks, but nothing fresh. Nothing to indicate the two heavy pickup trucks that had been sitting there just a few nights before. The officer looked at me. The polite disbelief was gone. It was now just pity. "Let's go, son," he said gently. I couldn't speak. I just stood there, staring at the hollow building, the empty pumps, the silent sun-baked lot. It was real. I know it was. The woman, the coffee, the terror. The evidence was gone, wiped clean by the light of day. It was a trap that materialized in the darkness and vanished with the dawn. A net cast for the lone, the isolated, the ones no one would miss for a day or two. I don't know what they are, ghouls, opportunists, something in between. They're out there, and they have a system. They know the empty roads, the dead zones. They set up the stage and they wait. So this is my warning to all of you who travel the lonely roads at night. You're running on empty and you see a single flickering light in the distance, a place that looks too good to be true. It probably is. Don't stop. I'm telling you, it's better to be stranded. It's better to run out of gas and wait for the sun. Because if you pull into that station, and a frail old woman tells you how scared she is of being alone, you need to understand that you're not the one that should be scared. You're the reason she's not alone anymore. You're the fresh meat. The hunters, still waiting just out of sight. What a terrifying story. I love it. Very, very Twilight Zone-y. I have to say, thank you all very much for indulging me with this retelling of you. We have here, as of this notice stop, 3,051 subscribers. Thank you all very, very much for tuning into Radio 616. That means we're only 14 away from you. Can't help it. And with a peak amount of 35 concurrence, I mean, it could just be the product selling, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the race is on, my good fellow. All in good fun, isn't that right? We'll be right back after these messages. Don't touch that dial. Share this stream out. Let's continue to grow the Stock of Iron channel with this new angle of entertainment. And we'll see you very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. or else I'll find you. And if I find you, it might not be
Honey, the TV's on the fritz again.
Did you try kicking it?
I've tried kicking it, shooting it, and even tossing it in the microwave. And the fact is, I think it's cooked.
Well, don't worry. I heard the Radiation King is coming to a city near us.
Sweetie, can you keep your voice down? You can't support a monarchy in this day and age. The neighbors might think we're anti-American.
Oh, sugar cakes. The Radiation King isn't a monarch. He's just the king of electronics.
They have a king for that?
Well, when you offer 3 different types of TV sets, as well as ham radios and jukeboxes at rock-bottom prices, there's no title more appropriate.
But what does radiation have to do with electronics?
You'll just have to read the caution label for that. Let's just say, the next time you need an x-ray, we might not need to go to the doctor. We can just use the big screen.
A big screen? Do you mean it?
Oh yes, I'm talking 16 inches. We might not even have enough space, but we'll have more than enough money, thanks to the Radiation King.
Hey, Chip, you headed to the bowling alley after school?
Oh, I can't, Rocky. I got an algebra test tomorrow. I really gotta study for.
That's a shame. The entire cheer squad's gonna be there. It's gonna be real boss.
Say, Rock, how is it that you never have to study? Back in grade school, you were dumbing in a sack of potatoes. Not to mention all the concussions you suffered playing football.
That was the old Rocky, before I discovered Mentats.
Mentats? What's that? Some kind of prep class?
Oh, Chip, you know when you got dead in one of those. No, Mentats is a drug. It makes you smarter, funnier, and comes in 4 great flavors. Here, have a taste.
Wow, I feel smart already. But isn't this wrong? Mr. Kopowski says there's no shortcuts to success.
Sounds like Mr. Kopowski didn't take his Mentats this morning, 'cause that's just about the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life.
Mentats, brains when you need it, so you can party when you don't.
And we have returned, ladies and gentlemen. Alastor, if I leave, you'll never find me. I'm in the living world. Well, I got a game I want to show you. If I tell you the rules, you got to play too. Yes, we are in a very friendly race with Admiralty. Now, granted, the amount of subscribers that I put on in the last 20 some odd hours was roughly almost 30. But you know, no pressure. We're doing this, Mentats. Did I just now get the joke? Well, yes, of course you did. Alright, we have one more mega chat that has just rolled in through the door. And again, thank you all for tuning into Radio 616 AM Modulation. This is Alastor, the Radio Demon Proviso. Our good friend Sig Wollison with another very generous fiber, which will really help us out for our New Year's supply run. And we are definitely doing a show later. Alf After Hours will be coming on right after Snowed Up's Taco Tuesday, which is a totally different show, totally different flavor, and totally different form of presentation. As we've elected to conquer everything. But yes. By all means, we love the fact that you are definitely flexing your horns too. Sig Wollison says, and of course he wants a little more quotes from our good friend Liberty Pride. He wants to have our robot say a few last things for this evening before we sing ourselves out, and they are as follow. As soon as I can fly.
Democracy is truth. Communism is death.
And
embrace democracy, or you will be eradicated.
That sounds very, very aggressive. You know, I love my Atlas too. I love my Atlas. Want to know why I love my Atlas? Because you can hang a hat on. In fact, I love my atlas so much. So much. I love my radio dials as well. And I love it whenever I bring out all of the weaponry. No pressure. But I digress. We're all here, we're all having fun. We're all having lots and lots of fun tonight. But yes, I am well aware that I am shipped with literally every, and I do mean every. Thank you, thank you. No. No. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go ahead and start wrapping up this broadcast. I know. It's unfortunate, but it's true. These shows have to be relatively short because we have another one coming up in about an hour and some change. So we need to make sure that we need to get the space ready for Alf. I know. But if you want to go through my shorts reel, there's plenty of Alastor dad jokes, and in fact we'll be uploading a few more first thing in the morrow. And we only need, and if Alf can earn us, $15.70. Oh, you just got here. You just need to rewind it, my good fellow. You need to rewind it. Just be kind and rewind. I know. We have to get prepared for the next show. And I tell you what, if this becomes as popular as it has been tonight, we just might as well make this a Tuesday endeavor. Win and find something else that we can unlock on matinee for the $200 goal. I want to hang out with all of you fine folks here, and you can also reach out to the Stock of Iron channel on VR chat, where we also are going to be doing our Radio 616 broadcast New Year's celebration, where we actually get to play some tracks and some records. We get to rehearse some of the bits here. We even do our own bits down there. And we are also simulcasting through our friends with Twitch and on TikTok. So we are not going anywhere. We are expanding our jurisdiction. Nothing more, nothing less. But now you can also find us here on VR chat. That is the username. Reach out if you have a VR chat account. It's also our Discord name. Please reach out if you have any questions. If you want me to do things, I am happy to assist. Just remember the golden rule. Oh, a deal. A deal. Must be truly desperate. A deal. What's the deal? What's the deal? You make your proposal, I'll write the contract. So anyway. Where were we? Yes, wrapping up the show. We're going to go ahead and we're going to sing our final number, and I will use this song as our final number for this evening. And again, yes, indeed. We do have, well, that's a great offer. A contract, a deal. He gets free entertainment. Oh, well. Everybody just line up already. I suppose I could stick around for some of the deals. Don't you contradict me, little man. Don't you interrogate or deride. You're in my world now, not your world, and I got friends on the other side.
He's got friends on the other side.
if you just offer it. Guys, better make it quickly, because I do... Why, hello, anti-derivative Jill. A pleasure to see you. We're in the middle of deal-making as we speak. A pleasure. We're actually wrapping up. You should stay on till 10, then raid my show. I would, but then I would have no time to eat. Then I would have no time to set up Alp's studio. I have my own schedule, but I do appreciate the gesture. We'll play your ad before we call it a night. So, yes. Anyway, I digress. We really need to go ahead and start bringing this thing to a close. No, we're just setting up the studio for Alf. This was my show, and Alf is having his show. You're the one that wanted to stay up. You stayed up last night, and you're up now. Go to bed before you start micro-napping. And thank you very much, Fox Hills, for your vote of confidence. We will indeed continue to be the greatest show for any and all. And I want to go ahead and say, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that this has been a very, very fun show tonight. And thank you to all of the subscribers that we have picked up tonight. We are now at 3052. And yes, be sure to check us out right after Taco Tuesday. For those of you that do like Alf and traditional puppeteering, it'll be spicy. It's definitely a different show. Now, what we did tonight was for our has-been community. We also have our other communities, our puppet communities, our variety show communities, our Masters of the Universe communities, our Transformers communities, our Star Wars communities, our Warhammer 40k communities. We cater to any and all here at the Stock of Iron channel, which is our business cell. And we appreciate you, each and every one of you, for tuning in. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you as well, Jim. Happy New Year to the Great Apple Team. Let's go ahead and sing our finale number. And then we will end the show with Admiral Teague's advertisement. Now, since everybody wants me to stick around, I can at least promise this. Here's a little violin for you all. And it goes a little bit like this. So let's say goodbye with a smile, dear. Just for a while, dear. We must part. Don't let this parting upset you. I'll never forget you, sweetheart. We'll meet again. Don't know where. Don't know when. But I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Oh, keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies chase those dark clouds far away. And I will just say hello to the folks that you know. Tell them you won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as I saw you go, you were singing this song. And we'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. And I will just say hello to the folks that you know. Tell them you won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as I saw you go, you were singing this song. And we'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when. night, America. And all the ships at sea. Be sure to tune back in for our fight after Taco Tuesday. And thank you once again for being part of my humble little community. I cannot wait to entertain you all again.
Hey everybody, it's your buddy Admiral Teague. I salute you all, and I thank everyone who's joined me for epic pop culture adventures, reviews, news, live streams, and video essays. It's my honor to host the ultimate Star Trek watch party every Saturday night, boldly going to the final frontier with co-hosts Sean Carter, JT Kirk, and Resolute Germ. You won't find a better Star Trek experience on YouTube or anywhere else. Plus, don't miss Sci-Fi CSI, where we forensically dissect the zombie that is modern Star Trek. Their stuff may be rough, but our watch parties and reviews, oh, it's a blast. I also dive into the MCU, DC, Star Wars, shows like Landman in 1923 from Taylor Sheridan. And you can catch me live on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings here on the East Coast, or increasingly Fridays. We have weekly uploads that bring one of the most unique and exciting approaches to channel content you'll ever see. Expect watch parties, deep dives, and more. From the wild frontier of 1923 to the final frontier of the 23rd century and beyond, I've got you covered. So join me. You will be well treated. And hit those like and follow buttons for my buddy, Stark of Iron. I'll see you out there.